Okay, so obviously you saw the big news today. OCR World Championships has been postponed from 2020 to 21. And speaking of the World Championships, I have Adrian Bijanada right here. Adrian, hello.
Hey Brett, how's it going?
Good. Let's just talk about what precipitated. Well, I guess we all kind of know how we got to where we are, but there were three factors in your email that you sent out. When we talk about kind of how you made the decision to postpone for 2021.
Yeah, it was obviously a really tough call for us. So it's a pretty crappy day for us and all of our athletes. At the end of the day, it became very apparent that was the right decision to do, right? Both for the athletes that are currently registered, that third point in there, you can't emphasize that one enough. We've heard from a lot of people that quite frankly cannot make the trip this year despite having registered, either because of travel bans or quarantine regulations. It just didn't become feasible. Yeah, it's just really tough call, but I think the right decision to make.
Sure. And now, how has Stratton taken this?
They've been fantastic. They let us move the date right away to 2021. They're going to do a great job helping people modify or move or cancel their accommodations. So they're going to be paying some extra special attention to all of our participants that have already booked for this year and get them squared away for next year.
Okay, what's the email address that they should be contacting for Stratton?
It's groups@stratton.com. And then for questions related to us specifically, it's the same thing as it always has been, help@OCRWC. Rachel Ann is on standby right now, probably through the night to answer any questions or inquiries that come in. And yeah, so we're ready to help people. We've already had some questions come in, so I'm happy to talk about a few of those now.
Sure, please.
A lot of people asking about qualifications for 2021, and being totally candid, we don't know what the landscape is going to look like next year, right? So our current position is that we will keep status quo right now, that we do not have qualification requirements. However, once races get up and running, we'll reinstate those. So
let's talk about what the status quo was for 2020 and how that works for 2021.
Yep. So we've always been qualification required for our 3K and our 15K events, and then open for our charity heats, which are on Sunday, the team race, and also the 100-meter. So for the 3K and 15K earlier this year, we made the decision to suspend qualification requirements. I think that was back in February, once we realized that a lot of our partner races weren't going to be able to hold events for this year. So that was absolutely the right call then. And all of those races, they haven't come back in a really meaningful way right now where there's a robust race schedule. So we're going to hold tight, and we'll make adjustments. Once we know what the either balance of the 2020 year looks like or what the 2021 schedule is.
Okay, so you've got some flexibility built in right there. What was one of the other questions that you're getting?
I mean, obviously people are a little upset, right? Because I think a lot of people are holding out hope that we could be the one event that happens this year in a really meaningful way. But I feel like we'd be doing a disservice to most of our athletes to hold an event in this climate. Not only are there ongoing safety concerns from the pandemic, but one of the things that makes our race really special is having people from 70+ countries descend on one area, and it's kind of like a feel-good Woodstock vibe for OCR. And I think our signature trademark is having a diverse lineup of athletes. I mean, that's quite frankly my favorite part of it. I think more than ever, we need that diversity. And not being able to produce that and deliver an experience that celebrates the sport, the diverse field of competition, just doesn't feel like we can do the sport justice this year.
Sure, and especially with people not being able to travel and having quarantine, it's just physically impossible. Were there any other stopgaps that you thought of for this race? I know that you've been thinking about this for multiple months, but I know in the last few weeks you've kind of played a few different plans off of the team to try to figure out what could be done. Was there anything remotely in the ballpark that would have worked?
I mean, we obviously looked at what some of the other races that are trying to come back are doing. Spartan, Savage Race, those races I mentioned before, they should be absolutely commended for what they're doing and trying to get creative with producing an event. Ultimately, that model just won't work for us and what we try to deliver. I mean, a world championship for most people is kind of like it's a pinnacle, or at least a nice hallmark in their endurance racing career, right? So imagining people doing that without their supporters there, or doing it in a
Less than.
yeah. It's just we couldn't produce an event to our standards in the current climate, and it just wouldn't be fair to everybody who is turning up to get an experience that isn't best in class.
But I think when you look at the Boston Marathon, the New York City Marathon, the London Marathon, and Ironman World Championships, I guess forget about those. Look at the Olympics being moved to next year. Obviously, if there isn't a contingency plan in place, it makes it pretty impossible for a World Championship event with participants from all over the globe to travel to it. So I think that, I think this was the right decision. I know this was really difficult on you and the team. I don't know, I really can't think of anything else to add to this. Were there any other pieces or just stay tuned because the dates are going to be announced soon? How soon do you think the dates will be announced?
Dates already announced. It's the 23rd to the 26th.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks. So it moved from what?
It's staying at Stratton. It's going to September 23rd to 26th, so it moved up one weekend. But yeah, it's locked in. We're ready to go. The good news is we have a lot of time to plan now. So we're always in a little bit of a crunch, but now we have plenty of time to plan. We can build off the ideas that we've frankly thought of this year, but wondered whether or not we'd have enough time to test them and build and rebuild and everything. So I truly believe it'll be the best event that we've produced to date. But yeah, so we're locked in now. Now we'll probably take a deep breath and then start focusing on producing 2021.
Okay, so September 23rd to 26th is Stratton. I
Yep.
typed it 3 times now, but of course,
Yeah.
So it was going to be October 1st this year, right?
Yeah, October 1st to the 4th this year.
Crazy. I don't even actually know what month it is right now. I think we're closing it on July.
I don't even know what day it is. It's everything is blending together at this point. So
yeah, but you're doing well. Family's healthy. Everyone's good.
Yeah. I just also give a big thank you to the team, the Adventurey team. Everybody's been kind of waiting for this news and preparing for it. We began our contingency planning and looking at different options back in like February. Even when we put that initial announcement out in February, a lot of people thought we were kind of jumping the gun on that. But that came out of a place of being thoughtful and trying to plan for the worst so that we can accommodate, so that we can quickly change and make the decision when the time came. So there's a lot of prep work. So I should say thank you to Stacy, Rob, Rachel Ann, you, everyone else that has had some input in this process. And we're asking a lot of the staff to be patient right now because we're not going to have an event this year.
Yeah, we've all been itching to get.
Yeah. And I emphasize this on another call. We're in a fantastic position thanks to the input of some really, really smart team members. So in terms of viability of an event, there are no concerns there. We're more than okay. So because we've been really thoughtful about how we grow the company.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the questions that we didn't ask, and that kind of goes unsaid. Will there be a World Championships? Will there be an Adventurey going forward?
If anything, I hinted at this in another interview, and nobody really picked up on it. I think we'll probably see a few different things next year as well. So from that perspective, for us, like I said, some very smart people on our team. Who I owe a big thank you to, put us in a really good position.
Awesome. Well, Adrian, thank you so much for clarifying a few things. It's great to know that you're there. It's great to know that you're safe. It's great to know that Adventurey is in a happy and healthy, maybe not happy, but is it
not happy today. Not happy today, but Yeah.
Those words just tie together. Happy and healthy. But is it?
We'd be happy if right now we were planning on like, hey, how are we gonna get Gertjan over from the Netherlands, and how are we gonna get Rin in from Australia, and Ewan from Arizona.
Yeah. That would be a good thing, but I'll take this as we're moving forward, and we've got some great things planned for 2021 that you just hinted on. So we look forward to hearing more information from you guys. And once again, the OCR World Championships has moved and been postponed to September 23rd and 26th in 2021 at Stratton Mountain Resort. If you have any questions with Adventurey, you can pop an email to help@ocrwc.com. And if you have any questions about your reservations for Stratton, you should contact, where is that again?
Groups@stratton.com.
Groups@stratton.com. Adrian, thanks so much for giving us this little bit of information. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right, man. Take care.